Hi everyone, I'm Michael Schneider.
And I'm Emily Longeretta, and welcome to Variety's Awards Circuit, where we're looking at some of the key television categories in this year's Primetime Emmy race. This time we are looking at the Outstanding Comedy category.
All right, I want to start with Hacks.
Of
because
course you
Hacks
do.
is back. Hacks was better than ever. The third season, they managed to outdo themselves. Overall, they've won 6 times. They've done pretty well. Gene Smart, of course, has won multiple times. The producers, Jen Stotsky, Paul W. Downs, Lucia Aniello, they've also won in the past for writing and for directing. But this show, this season especially, they kill it. I mean, both Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder are fantastic in this. It takes it in places that I wasn't expecting this season. I wasn't sure. They ended things sort of with a bow after season 2.
I was going to say, the way they wrapped up season 2 made it really up in the air with how they were going to continue, and not just continue, but swing that high again, and they did it somehow.
Yeah, and I love, like, you eventually see where they're going because, one of the stories of Gene Smart's character is that she was denied a chance to host a talk show. So she guest hosts a talk show in this season and gets that bug again and realizes this is what I want to do. And so you see that envelop throughout the season into next season as well.
And I will say, we really missed Gene Smart at last year's press tour of the Emmys, so I'm very excited to see her back doing press again for this, because she's just so much fun.
So Hacks has a huge animal in its wake to beat.
We love a dad joke, Mike. Yes, it is going to be going head-to-head with The Bear for the first time. And of course, they're the defending champ. And this year, it could break the record set by 30 Rock with the 22 nominations. But I will say, this time is for season 2. I think we need to remember that, because last time
everyone thought they were voting for season 2.
Yes, exactly. So. But of course, Jeremy Onway, Io Edebiri, and Eben Moss-Bachrach, I mean, they put on the best performances.
Don't vote against them, because they're all victorious last time, and it's hard to imagine them not being this time.
Oh, I know. It's really, really tough to imagine a world in which all 3 of them don't take home the trophy, and especially because season 2, like you said about Hacks, how season 3 went bigger, season 2 went so much bigger than season 1, and these performances were just incredible. It's also important to note that season 3 will be dropping at the same time, so once again we'll be having this kind of strange timing situation. So remember, it's for season 2.
Yeah, this is a real battle, though, because there is a lot of folks who feel that The Bear is not a comedy, and if that sort of rises up in the conversation, there's a chance that Hacks could sneak in. So this is not, The Bear is definitely the front runner, but this race isn't over.
No, absolutely, because a lot of people think that it should go, the comedy category should be more filled with true comedies.
There aren't many these days, but one that still is true and is on broadcast, by the way. Abbott Elementary on ABC. This is a show that is saving the broadcast networks at the Emmys. It won 4 last time, including for Quinta Brunson, who won Best Actress, but she's also won in the past for writing. Sheryl Lee Ralph has won in the past for supporting actress. Last year, it also was nominated for Tyler James Williams, for Janelle James. So this is a cast that is beloved. I think we need to get love for a few more of the actors as well.
Absolutely.
But nonetheless, Abbott is still killing it, and this year had another truncated but still fantastic year.
Absolutely. I think that's important to note. Truncated. Obviously, with the strike, it was a bit of a shortened season, and even though it was shortened, despite all of that, it was still so strong and so funny. Obviously, Quinta Brunson's character, Janine, kind of stepped outside the school. It kind of showed us a new side of Janine. I think that's really exciting to see that how creative she can be, obviously as a writer, but also as an actor. So I think that's really, really keeping it in the conversation. And like you said, holding down the fort for broadcast.
Yeah. A lot of great guest stars too, including Bradley Cooper showing up.
Just a casual popping in there.
Yeah, so that's a fun one. That's returning. Another one returning.
Only Murders in the Building on Hulu is coming back again this year. It's had 4 wins, 28 noms, which isn't really a lot, I would say, 4 wins with such a stellar cast. Of course, Martin Short, Steve Martin, Selena Gomez, who's never been nominated, by the way, and that is a crime.
No, and Steve Martin wasn't nominated last year, so I'm not sure what's going on with Academy voters here, because all 3 deserve, obviously, to be nominated.
But also, this is another example of the incredible guest actors they have. I mean, something that helped with The Bear also helps with Only Murders when they bring in these big names. but the main cast is such big names that it seems wild to me that they have never won one of the big main Emmys.
Yeah, justice for Selena Gomez.
100%.
Another show that hasn't gotten really enough Emmy love over its 12 seasons is Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now, it's been nominated many, many times over the years, including for Outstanding Comedy, but it has only won twice, which is insane.
I thought that was a typo.
Yeah.
How is it only won twice?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's obviously a show that's been around and beloved forever. And it was nominated for comedy series as recently as 2022, but it's only won for directing once and for single cam picture editing once. So none for Larry David, which is insane. But that entire cast, from Susie Essman, who is, I mean, how have they not recognized her?
I mean, Cheryl Hines, JB Smoove, that entire cast, like you said. Yeah, and also this is the final season, so I feel like this is one last chance to really give it the love that it is deserved, and I don't know how it hasn't gotten in the past.
Yeah, and also a chance to recognize Richard Lewis one more time. So I do feel like voters are going to be paying attention. Now, again, like we've been saying, this is a crazy category filled with stacked with a lot of contenders. So Curb, I think, may just have to settle for being nominated one last time.
Absolutely.
But it deserves that nomination.
Yeah, it does. And as it goes out, new shows are coming into the race, like Palm Royale. So this was a brand new show on Apple TV Plus, and talk about an A-list cast. I mean, Kristen Wiig, Ricky Martin, Laura Dern, Carol Burnett. The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
Bruce Stern. I mean, there's so many people who pop up in this, and it's something that is so different from what we've usually seen, and that people kind of, I feel like, discovered it a little bit later. Once it started coming out, people started watching it instead of the weekly, started binging it, and really, really love it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and again, it's really also very beautiful to watch, which is nice to turn on the TV and see something beautiful. In the absence of The White Lotus, we have something else that's really, really pretty.
All right, so let's now give our picks for shows bubbling under that we would like voters to consider.
Why don't you kick it off, because you're the comedy guy here.
All right, Reservation Dogs. This is a show that is also in its final season and has not gotten any Emmy love, and that is a travesty. It's unfortunate. It's a show that is not only just so well written, well acted, it says something for representation for Indigenous actors and storytelling. It's a show that deserves some attention as it goes away. So I really, really hope that in its final season, Reservation Dogs finally gets a nomination for Outstanding Comedy.
At least a nomination,
truly.
I think one of the other ones that I know that you want to talk about too is Girls 5 Abbott, because of course it has moved to Netflix and from Peacock. A lot of people thought once it hits Netflix it's going to blow up. It didn't exactly blow up the way that they had hoped and that we had hoped and that longtime fans had hoped. But it does have more, I would assume, more views. Of course, Netflix doesn't release the ratings, but it does, I assume, get a lot more eyeballs on it. So I'm hoping that that means it's at least in this conversation and really maybe could get a nomination, at least an acting nomination, if not a comedy series, because it's a really great show.
It's more jokes per page than any other show on television.
Absolutely. All right, guys, that's it for now. Join us again next time for another edition of Award Circuit.
Thanks for watching.